everyone, and welcome back to Red String of Fate. So I believe we're about to go to the beach. We saw a couple walking down the street and they were talking and being cute, and it made... I can't remember the main character's name, but it made her kind of jealous, and so I think we're going to the beach. In the end, the urge to feel the sand under my bare feet and dip my hands into the water wins out over my trepidation. I'm just going to move the mic, so sorry if you hear any feedback or anything. I might as well. I have nothing better to do anyway. I just stay there for half an hour at most. It'll be just fine. With a nod, I veer to the left, heading for the beach nearby. Okay. Setting a casual pace, I stroll down the beach, basking in the feel of the sea breeze kissing my cheeks. Closing my eyes, I let out a content sigh. I've forgotten how much I love the beach. If only. In a flash, childhood memories begin surfacing in my mind. Afternoons of walking on the beach with my parents, building sandcastles with my father, or swimming in the ocean with my mother. Oh my god, I'm scared of the ocean. I would never. Something like 95% of the ocean is unexplored, and that's terrifying to me. There could be anything there. I would never go in the ocean. They've always loved the beach too. I often wonder how much of their love for the beach was out of actual appreciation for the ocean, rather than sentimentality due to how they first met. A cliche, movie-like scene where his beach volleyball hit her in the head and he offered to take her on a date to make it up to her. My heart clenches and I try to swallow the sadness. I miss them. Are they both dead? I thought just her dad was dead, or maybe her mum, I don't remember. The sound of cheerful laughter all around me only serves to make me feel even lonelier and more miserable. Damn it, it was a mistake to come here. I turn to leave, but a familiar figure catches my eye. Is that Luke? I watch as he settles onto the sand at a corner of the beach, a notebook open in his lap. He seems focused on the happenings on the beach, not even noticing my presence, and I follow his gaze. A family of four is sitting on a huge blanket, the children tossing sand at each other while the parents look on with fond smiles. I return my gaze to Luke's hunched frame, who suddenly seems more vulnerable than I've ever seen him. Without thinking, I make my way towards him. He looks up when my feet stop beside him. Hey, Luke. Oh, hi, Val. What are you doing? Nothing important. Just trying to find inspiration for my next poem, I suppose. He gestures at his notebook, and I sneak a quick peek at it. The page he's turned to is still mostly blank, other than a few illegible scribbles at the corner. Am I interrupting? No, of course not. He pats the sand next to him as an invitation, and I sit down beside him. Fancy seeing you here. I should be the one saying that. I didn't peg you as an outdoors person. What? Did you think I'd be the type to hole myself up in my room all day with papers scattered all over the floor and piles of books walling me in? I can't suppress a grin at the mental image. Actually, yes, you're exactly that type. Sorry if I'm a bit sniffly, I have a cold. Luke shoots me a mock-wounded look and I let out a giggle. I'm a writer. Writers need inspiration. Unfortunately for me, most of my inspiration comes from getting out there and observing my surroundings, or admiring the the beauty of nature. As much as I want to live up to my stereotype, I can't. I'd never get anything done. Right, that makes sense. Any luck so far? I incline my head at his notebook and he grimaces. No, not really. What's the theme of your poem? Maybe I can help. Luke's eyes widen slightly at my offer and I shrug. It's going to be like love or something, isn't it? I'm not an amazing writer or anything, but I did take a few years of literature and I am studying journalism. I'm not terrible at writing. Well, I wanted to write a poem on family, close enough, but I can't really think of anything. I thought observing family outings at the beach would help, but my mind is still blank. Oh. The memories once again flash across my mind, and I avert my eyes, overcome with emotion for a moment. I'm sorry, did I say something wrong? My eyes dart back to his, noticing the way he's watching my reaction with concern. No, of course not. It's silly. He closes his notebook, slipping his pen into his pocket, and regards me with a gentle gaze. I doubt it is. Maybe it's because of his clear display of concern, or maybe he just caught me at a weak moment, but I find myself opening up to him, letting the words pour out of my mouth. It's nothing. It's just that my parents and I used to go to the beach very often, almost weekly. They met at the beach, you see. It's where they had their first date and where my dad proposed. When I was born, they take me here every week, teaching me how to swim, play volleyball, build sandcastles. The beach is just a special place to my family. I haven't been to a beach since my dad died when I was 6, so I'm just feeling emotional right now. All I can think of is how he'd hold my hand as we'd stroll down the beach, leaning down uncomfortably to accommodate for my height. The worst part is, I don't even remember much about him other than these memories. The only things I know about my dad come from my mum. She'd tell me all about how determined and hard-working he was, how he moved to America alone with nothing but hopes and dreams, and somehow built a successful life for himself. But I don't have enough first-hand memories. I don't remember the sound of his voice, the warmth in his eyes when he looks down at me. Aware of the tears threatening to spill over, I give my head a hard shake, putting a stop to my torrent of words. God, I'm sorry for this rambling. I'm fine, don't worry about me. No, don't apologise. Now I know your weaknesses. I'm glad you trust me enough to tell me about this. I shrug and give a sniff, his gentleness calming me for some reason. I'm sorry for your loss. I know how it feels to lose a dear family member and how frustrating it feels to not be able to recall important moments with them. I tilt my head at the hint of sorrow in his tone and can't help but ask, Your grandfather? He hesitates, clearly unused to talking about it, but he finally nods. And my parents. Oh no, I'm so sorry. My hand creeps out on his own accord. Should that be my own accord, or are you calling your hand a he? I don't know. And settles on top of his hand on the sand. He doesn't give any sign of noticing my action, but his shoulders seem to relax slightly. It's alright. I don't remember them at all, to be honest, so in a twisted way, it's easier. I only recall their faces from the photos shown to me. They died when I was 2 or so. I grew up with my grandparents. I try to imagine losing both of my parents at such a young age, left with no memories of them, and I shudder. Suddenly, I feel blessed for the 6 years I had with my father, and the 17 years I had with my mother. I'm sorry, I can't imagine how that must be like. There's a moment of silence before he replies. Don't be sorry. I've accepted it a long time ago. Should probably be I accepted it, but it's fine. His eyes meet mine out of the corner of his eye, and the corner of his lips tug upwards into a teasing smile. Besides, my grandparents are great, especially with birthday gifts. I bark out a laugh, shaking my head at him. I was about to bark like a dog, but I'm not that desperate for subscribers yet. I'm not willing to stoop that low. Are you trying to embarrass me? Because I'll let you know I'm definitely not embarrassed about my reaction to the collection of first edition books you have in your room. Any normal person would react the same way, especially upon hearing how you received them as gifts. Really? I could have sworn you even let out a little scream when you saw the book. Like this. He makes a high-pitched squeal. Again, I won't be replicating that. Apparently trying to imitate me, and I burst out laughing, giving him a hard smack on the arm. I did not. You did. We grin at each other for a moment. I know Luke probably thinks he was being subtle, but it's obvious he's trying to cheer me up on purpose. What surprises me even more than his attempt at brightening my mood is the fact that it actually worked. I can feel the remnants of my sadness drift away with the wind, my smile curved into an uncontrollable smile. Okay. Somehow, just talking to him, listening to his story and letting him try to cheer me up has made my heart feel a lot lighter than before. Thank you. For what? He gives me an innocent smile, a knowing glint in his eyes. Nothing. Well, I should be the one thanking you. I think I have an idea what I want to write for the poem now. Really? That's great. I give him a sly grin, nudging him slightly in the side. Since I helped, reckon I'll get to read your poem someday? The sudden flush spreads across his cheeks and he can't quite meet my eyes. Well, maybe. Yes, I'll be excitedly waiting for your masterpiece. Don't get your hopes up too high. I still have a lot to learn about writing poems. I'll judge for myself when I see the poem. He blushes further, turning away from me to look at the endless blue sea and the infinite horizon. You know, this sight always takes my breath away. Oh, are they going to do the thing where she's like, it's beautiful, isn't it? And he's like, yeah, but he's looking at her. You're really missing out if you continue avoiding the beach. The view here is simply phenomenal. Wow, I'm surprised I actually managed to say that well. I bite my lip. It's clear Luke is trying to subtly encourage me to accept the pain of losing my parents and not let it stop me from going to a place I love. But I just don't know if I can. Yeah, let's do it. I stare at the family of 4 that Luke was observing earlier, who seem to be getting ready to leave. Maybe I can after all. At least I won't know if I don't try. I have to move on with my life sooner or later. Taking a deep breath, I give him a cheeky grin. I guess I'll just have to try and find time to come here more often. Maybe I'll run into you again next time. His eyes crinkle at the corners as he returns my smile warmly. I think that's a wonderful idea. I guess I'll be keeping an eye out for you next time I'm here. I don't remember what voice I gave him. I think it was like high-pitched. Nice job, team! Man, am I proud to call you my group mates. Aaron slaps my back hard, causing me to wince. Next to Aaron, Luke also flinches from what I assume is Aaron's back slap as well. Seriously, good job. We're going to get an A for sure. That presentation went better than I could have ever expected. Did you see the way the teacher's eyebrows raised when Luke rebutted her point? She was so impressed. Aaron continues to ramble on as we make our way down the corridor. And did you see the way I handled that student who tried to challenge us? He lets out a low chuckle. I so KO'd him. Such a noob. I can't help but laugh, shaking my head at him. Keck. Yes, we know. We saw everything. We were there during the presentation, remember? Aaron beams back at me as Luke wiggles out from beneath Aaron's arm under the guise of needing to push open the door, clearly in a hurry to escape from Aaron's clutches. Not that I blame him. I know, I'm just so pleased. All that hard work really paid off. I'm so glad I had you 2 in my group. It's been so much fun working with you. We should do this again next time. Is this the end? Are we getting close to the end? Ignoring Luke's protest, Aaron grabs him by the shoulder and pulls him in, squashing Luke's face against his own. Before I can dodge, Aaron does the same to me. I love you guys. You 2 are the best. Please let go of me. My snicker turns into full-blown laughter at Luke's muffled, exasperated voice. Oh, Luke, don't be like that. Group hug. I hope we haven't somehow messed up and got like the friendship ending. Aaron squeezes us tighter, and out of the corner of my eye, I notice Luke finally give up on struggling and just let Aaron hug him while hanging from his grasp limply like a doll. Despite his exasperation, we can both see the smile tugging at the corner of his lips that he is trying his best to stifle. Ah, we love you too, Aaron. We really did well, but it was mostly all you. Thank you. You saved my GPA. Aaron practically glows, bouncing in excitement. He squeezes us once more before letting us go. Listen, why don't we go celebrate our success and our everlasting friendship? Do you guys have any classes next? I don't. Luke? Luke mutters something unintelligible under his breath before shaking his head. Perfect! Then let's go celebrate. Where do you want to go? I don't know. Any suggestions? How about that nearby Chinese restaurant? The Dragon Palace? Have you heard of it? Aaron's eyes light up and he nods in enthusiasm. Yeah, do you go there often? Is the food good? Well, I work there, so yeah, I do. In fact, I have a shift later at the restaurant, so it'd be more convenient for me if we celebrate there, and I can just go straight to work afterwards. You work at the restaurant? I thought your part-time job was at the school library. I turn to look at Luke, who has his brows furrowed. I have more than one part-time job. 4 to be exact. 4? Oh, sorry. 4? Sorry, I'm like hiccuping. I can speak English. Barely. Aaron exclaims, his eyes widening in shock. Next to him, Luke's frown deepens. I give a sheepish shrug. I'm saving up. What are you saving up for? The newest Final Fantasy game? I mean, I know it's expensive, but if you want it that badly, I can just lend you the money. Damn, wish I had an Aaron in my life. I had to save up to buy Horizon Zero Dawn for like over a month. If Aaron was a real person, I could have bought it like instantly. A giggle escapes me. No, Aaron, I don't really play video games anymore, remember? Don't really have time to. Oh, right. Then why? What are you saving up for? Suddenly feeling awkward, I cough and mumble. I have a dream. I want to travel around the world, which obviously isn't cheap, so... Oh, wow, I never thought you'd be the adventurous type, Val. Travelling around the world, that sounds so cool. Unfortunately, Luke looks less than impressed, and his frown has now transformed into a scowl. What places do you want to go? Asia, mainly, as far away as possible. To look for someone? I blink in shock at Luke's disapproving tone, and Aaron also takes a step back. What? Who? I have no idea what you're talking about. Are you sure? I know what you're working yourself to the bone for. I know why your dream is to travel the world, and why you want to go to Asia in particular. You still believe that... He cuts himself off abruptly, and we both turn to stare at Aaron at the same time, mindful of his presence. Aaron blinks rapidly in confusion, but thankfully he takes the hint and backs away slowly. Okay, I have no idea what's going on here, but I'll just go stand over there for a few minutes until you guys are done talking. Luke waits until Aaron is out of earshot before continuing in a harsh whisper. You want to go look for your soulmate, don't you? I can't do this voice and whisper. You want to... No, I can't. Yes, I do. What's wrong with that? You're juggling 4 part-time jobs along with school. You're going to kill yourself with exhaustion, Val. I don't see you offering to lend me the money. I cross my arms, frowning. I can handle it. Luke gives a loud sigh, rubbing his face briefly. I know you're tough. I know you're extremely diligent and determined, but humans have limits, Val. You're going to sacrifice your health and sanity for nothing. As your friend, I can't just stand by and watch you do that. It wouldn't be for nothing. I want to find my soulmate. I want to find my true love, the person I'm meant to be with. How is that so wrong? Because I'm the one you're supposed to be with. That's what he's thinking. I'll have enough money soon. It won't be too hard to find him. I just have to hop on a plane to different countries to see where my string gets more visible and vivid. Then I'll follow my string. Val. He closes his eyes, tugging at a lock of hair in frustration. I've never seen him get this riled up before. Softening at his concern, I reach out and touch his hand gently. Thank you for caring about me, Luke, but I will be fine, I promise. I know my own limits, and this is worth it. Val. He opens his eyes, an internal struggle written all over his face. What? I've warned you that the legends are wrong. Yes, so? What are you talking about? Have you ever considered the possibility that maybe we don't have soulmates? Have you ever thought that maybe you're basically killing yourself with work for nothing? I feel like he knows that we're each other's soulmates, and obviously you guys know when I say we, I'm talking about like the main character. I think he knows that we're soulmates, and it maybe scares him. That's why he's trying to be like, don't you know that the soulmate thing isn't real? What? I reel back in shock at his sudden question, and I shake my head back and forth slowly. No. Everyone has their own red string of fate. That's how it works. I've never seen anyone without one. Except us. And it just so happens that we are the ones who can see the strings. Don't you think that's too much of a quinky-dink? Have you never really, for even 1 second, thought that maybe in exchange for this gift we never asked for, we gave up the chance to have our soulmates because it'd be unfair to be able to follow our own strings to find our soulmate? No, I haven't. I believe in the legends. As much as I try to continue sounding upbeat and casual, we can both hear how my voice is coming out a little strangled. Everyone has a string. Everyone knows that. It's clearly stated in the legends. I've met people with extremely faint strings before, those whose soulmates are on the other side of the earth. I'm sure that's just the same case for us. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if our strings are fainter than for other people because we are seers. Just as you said, it would be considered cheating at life. It's just a test for us, that's all. Everyone has a red string of fate. It wouldn't make sense for us not to have one. Luke stays quiet for a long minute before raising his eyes to meet mine. He seems sad, his eyes dull. I wish I had as much faith as you do. Luke. I reach out to wrap an arm around him, but change my mind at the last second, pulling back awkwardly. I fumble for words in my head to make him feel better, to help him restore his faith. We both have soulmates, I promise. I've had the same doubts before, so I understand. I'm sure our power to see the red strings of fate is a gift, not curse. Okay, I think I might end this part here, and then we'll make this choice in the next episode. Hopefully I can save now. Good, okay. So, yeah. I'll do this in the next episode. I'll maybe think about it in the meantime. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. I hope you're having a good day, or if it's the end of the day when you're watching this, I hope you had a good day, and I'll see you guys all in the next episode. Bye everyone.